Europe just does things differently sometimes. Many of their buildings seem like they could just be modernistic versions of art, but could there be some hidden meaning behind them? From buildings shaped like flying saucers to strange research facilities. Today we're going to look at mysterious modern places in Europe.
Hey guys, this is American Eye, bringing you another great video.
Number 14. Trueba Church. It's named after the architect who built it, Fritz Trueba, and should be considered unorthodox by many standards. It took 2 years to complete from 1974 to 1976, and it was surprisingly inspired after Fritz took a trip to see the Château Cathedral in France. Fritz would never get the chance to see the completed church and passed away in 1975. It consists of 152 asymmetrically arranged concrete slabs, with some weighing as much as 141 tons. Some of the locals resisted the design of the church because it lacks any resemblance to religious structures, but ultimately it stood. It looks as though it really should be some type of abstract art museum or something. Other critics gave it a positive review, claiming its simplicity is what gives it so much beauty. Located at the edge of Vienna, it's completely surrounded by trees and is on the very edge of the city limits. Number 13. Super Kallen Park. What at first glance from an aerial point of view looks like something censored on Google Maps is actually Super Kallen Park. Located in Nordbrogade, in the skirts of Copenhagen, is the park that's also quite colorful. This strange place celebrates multiculturalism throughout the area and also the color pink, for whatever good reason. It's considered to be one of the most ethnically diverse neighborhoods, especially in Denmark. There is furniture imported from all over the world here. These signs brought in from Russia are located within the Red Square, literally. It also includes benches from Morocco, trash cans from England, and other cool stuff, all meant to represent Denmark's diversity. Number 12. Le Pouce, France. After seeing this clip, you guys should give this video a thumbs up. Could you possibly guess what Le Pouce means in French? If you guessed thumb, good job. This 40-foot statue in Paris was built in 1965, and the meaning behind it is unknown. Built in La Défense Work District, some claim that it represents the thumb of the artist Cesare Baldacchini. But this 40-foot tall bronze statue should really seem to have more of a deeper meaning than just that. Was this sculptor just really into his thumb, so much that he decided to enlarge it thousands of times its original size, then put it in a corporate area? Or is there some strange hidden meaning to this strange statue, or is it just that simple? Let us know in the comment section. Number 11. Compa Park. Located within the beautiful city of Prague, you'll find something that is just a little bit unsettling. These tiny demonic-looking rugrats are found crawling around the entrance to the Compa Museum in Prague. Here in this photo, you see them scaling the Zizkov TV tower like some kind of paranormal being with anti-gravitational powers. The TV tower was a symbol of Soviet power during the Cold War, so there could be some political representation behind these evil faceless babies. Some believe that the statues represent the lack of creative development of children due to the communist rule here. Whatever the case may be, it's certainly one of the creepiest things you'll find in this mysterious country. Number 10. Cubic Houses, Netherlands. So while you're in the Netherlands to enjoy the tulips and whatnot, consider checking out this strange building complex. Built in Rotterdam, the design of the concept was to add more living space on the roofs of buildings. Each cube is slightly tilted though at 45-degree angles. Designed by the architect Piet Blom, you have to wonder what his inspiration was for this. He calls it living as an urban roof. And maybe this was a good way to utilize Europe's unoccupied rooftops. It can look pretty stylish from the inside as well. Looking at the cubes from beneath might seem kinda trippy. You'd have to wonder what it would be like to live in such an unorthodox building, and if it might have any psychological effects living inside one. It should also be noted that the houses still maintain a little bit of Dutch architecture, but are placed in such a modern fashion that it's easy to overlook that. Number 9. Men at Sea. The country of Denmark has a population of roughly 5.7 million people, but we're not sure if that demographic includes these 4 giant men. Each giant is made of marble stone and sits about 30 feet high. This is located in southwestern Denmark next to Setting Beach. It really might seem like the perfect place for graffiti, but this country is well known for their low crime rate, and they like the monument so much that there have been no reports of vandalism. It was built to celebrate the 100th anniversary as an independent municipality in 1994. It seemingly represents mankind's willingness and bravery to explore the seas. But is that just all it means, or what? Number 8. The Crooked House, Poland. This might be how Europe looks if you're taking a Euro trip with Bill Cosby. The crooked facade of this building was designed by 2 Polish artists as well as a children's literature author. Another crazy thing about this place is its name, and there's no way I could pronounce that. The building has become extremely popular with the locals and tourists alike. The area outside is quite revitalized with plenty of pedestrians stopping for photos or to grab a quick bite to eat at a nearby restaurant. Number 7. The Helio Dome. Finally, evidence of a real UFO crash onto Earth's surface. At last, we finally have definitive proof. Or is it just another bizarre building found in Europe? The Helio Dome was completed in August 2011 in Cosse-Villers, eastern France. It's actually designed as an enormous 3-dimensional sundial, but it also was designed for people to live here as well. It's made of wood, glass, and concrete and captures solar energy, which saves them a bundle on electricity. This also provides them with free heating during the winter and natural cooling in summer. Could our homes look like this in the future, or what? Number 6. Bay Devonshire Dock. Modern-day submarines are massive without a doubt, but it's not always easy getting the pieces together in order to build them. This piece of submarine you see in the photo was constructed by Bay Systems, the same people who brought you HARP. It's also completely draped, so you have no idea what it looks like. It's apparently a large piece of a nuclear submarine that weighs an estimated 1,000 tons. Large pieces of machinery are constructed nearby, then transported to the large docks by trucks. What privatized military technology could this company be coming up with? Photos from the outside can show you that these buildings have huge interior spaces, and maybe submarines are just the tip of the iceberg. The residents of the small town might know something mysterious is going on, but we imagine they probably all work for Bay anyway. Number 5. The Gherkin. This mysterious building here, with 33 floors, dominates the skyline of London each and every day. Many have been quite intrigued by its cylindrical shape. It's made up of enough glass to cover 5 soccer fields, or about 24 square kilometers. The circumference at the middle is 585 feet, which is only 6 feet shorter than the total height of the building. During excavation, construction workers discovered the ancient skeleton of a Roman girl, which only adds to the mystery. In any case, though, this thing seems to match perfectly with descriptions of cigar-shaped UFOs. Kind of like the ones that were floating around Kapustin in Russia in the 1960s. Some followers of David Icke claim that this tends to show reptilian-like skin covering the shape of an egg. Whatever the case may truly be, this is an extremely advanced building that we may go into more detail about another day. Number 4. Upside Down House. This homeowner decided to turn his world and house completely upside down to see the world from a different point of view. Real estate agents must have a tough time selling this one. You wonder if the furniture matches too. It might make things a tad bit complicated when having guests over. It's a very creative design and was completed in 2008 on the Baltic island known as Trassenheide, Germany. This was placed here in order to gain a little bit of extra tourism on the tiny island. What's mysterious about this house is that the interior of the house is said to seriously disorient visitors to the point of discomfort. Seeing everything from such a dramatic change in point of view might do that to you. Or could there be some type of evil presence that's simply attracted to this one? Number 3. Arriva La Hague. It might seem like there's obvious reasons why a nuclear fuel reprocessing site might be partially censored on Google Maps. You can totally see that it's showing an older version of the plant here, but there could always be other reasons than the obvious that they aren't willing to come forward about. They seem to be more than willing to accept large amounts of radioactive waste from other countries. Surrounded by barbed wire fence, you might think it's a prison at first. This plant, located in northern France on the southern tip of Normandy, has stored water that's been used at nuclear power plants and recycles it into fuel. They have been willing to take depleted uranium from unused nuclear weapons too. There has been much controversy about this place when Greenpeace began drawing attention to the radioactive pollution that it was giving off into the air and into the nearby English Channel. They claim to be making what's known as MOX fuel, which will process other nuclear power generation, but many are quite uncertain about that. But many are quite certain that it will increase the possibility of more countries obtaining nuclear weapons. Number 2. La Tête Carrée. Another strange place in France, this sculpture here is found in Nice, France. It stands 90 feet tall, with a person displaying a cubic head with the chin sticking out a little bit. I guess you can say this person is thinking inside the box. It's not just a statue, by the way. People can actually go inside the head and pick out books. That's right, this place is a library. Locals and tourists alike have found it to be rather intriguing, and if you get close enough, you can tell it's actually quite detailed. We're not sure what the books in here are like, but it's definitely not your ordinary library. It's supported using pieces of aluminum with marble fittings. Whether it's just modern art or there's some type of hidden meaning behind it, it seems pretty mysterious. Number 1. Porton Down. This mysterious research facility in the UK has been shrouded in mystery since it opened, but in modern times, theories have swirled around this facility. They've actively researched chemical and biological weapons here and were responsible for contamination of Greenyard Island with anthrax spores. Currently, they've been known to research things such as Ebola. Chemical weapons are rumored to be buried in the nearby fields, and you probably don't want to trespass to this place. Many UFO theorists claim that bodies of aliens have been taken to Porton Downs after a possible UFO crash took place in northern Wales. Townspeople reported the ground shaking and lights falling from the sky. Most of the stuff that goes on here, we may never know the true answer to.